back to chair yoga. My name is Carolyn. We're going to get right into it. So just find a comfortable seat. Notice that your hips, your shoulders, and your ears are in one vertical line. We'll start with taking a mudra called Prana Mudra. You're going to take the thumb, the pinky, and the ring finger together so the peace fingers are extended, and just bring them together and let them rest on your lap. And then close your eyes and just begin to focus on your breath. Deep breath in and exhale. Empty out, even emptying the mind. Inhale for a count of 6, a silent count to yourself. Followed by an equal count of 6 on your exhale. Emptying all the way out. Allow for a slight restriction in the back of the throat to narrow the passage of breath. So you can hear that whisper. And exhale. Same thing with the breath out, breathing out through the nose. Inhale. And exhale. As you bring your attention to the breath, noticing the mind becoming more steady, more in the moment. Good, and then bring your hands together in prayer in front of the heart, maybe letting the thumbs rest on the breastbone. And taking a deep breath in. Feeling the whole body smile. And exhale, nodding your chin to your chest. Setting your intention to connect to that deepest space within, to nurture your inner self. You can gently blink your eyes open, taking in the tips of the fingers and slowly taking in the room. And let's inhale and circle the arms up and overhead. And then exhale, float them back down. Inhale, gathering up the breath, the energy. And then exhale. Slow and steady. See if you can feel, what do you feel in the palms of your hands as you stretch them up? Turning them towards each other. And then exhale, float them down. And let them rest on your belly. So on the lower belly, roll your shoulders back and lift. And now let the breath come into the hands. And then exhale, draw it back towards the spine. Inhale, let the breath come into the hands. Like you're puffing up a little balloon in the belly. And then exhale, press the navel back. Just one more time like that. Inhale. Relaxing the belly and the pelvic floor. And then let your hands come down by your side and just drop your chin towards your chest. And then lift. And towards your chest. And lift. Now if you can hold on to your chair or just reach your right hand out to the right, we're going to stretch to the right side of the neck. And nice slow yes here. Lift the chin. Stretch to the front of the neck. And then draw your chin in towards the chest. And stretch the back, the upper traps, and back of the neck. Do it in a range of motion that feels comfortable for you. That feels good. Slow and steady. You can perhaps inhale and lift the nose. Hold that stretch in the front of the neck. And then exhale, chin towards the chest. And hold for your exhale. And reach to the right hand to lift the head over the body. And then roll your shoulders. One more time, and let's either hold on to the chair or just reach it out towards the left side, leaning your head over to the right side. No need to force, just let the weight of the head and the reach of the arm bring a little stretch to that left side. And then we're going to say yes, dropping the chin towards the chest slowly. Moving slowly, comfortably, lifting the chin. And then dropping the chin. Let's try that one more time. Slow lift of the chin, feel a stretch to the front of the neck. And then drop your chin towards the throat. Feel a stretch to the back of the neck. And then reach to the left arm to lift and bring your head back to center. And roll your shoulders. Let's take a moment to look now opposite direction. So rotating through the upper spine, looking to the right and to the left. Slow and steady. And then come back to center. And let's work the right shoulder. So just start to roll. Bring it forward, bring it to your ear, bring it back behind you, and then to the floor. It's okay if the body moves a little bit. And now let's bring that arm forward, up towards the sky. Try to keep your chest as close to being centered as you reach your hand back. And then change direction, bring it back. Bring it forward. Reach it back behind you. And then forward. Keeping the chest facing forward. And one more time, reach it back. Good. And then just take a moment to notice. And then we'll start with that little roll of the left shoulder. So it comes up to the ear, back behind you, and then down towards the hip and forward. And you can change that direction. And then we'll add the arm. Inhale, bring it up. Reach back behind you. And to the floor. And then change direction. Reach back. Up to the ceiling. And change direction. Just trying to get that full range of motion and movement through the shoulder. One more time. Reach it back. Reach it forward. And one more time, back behind you. And let your hand rest on the knees, roll the shoulders. And inhale, bring your arms up. And let's take hold of the right wrist, do a little side bend. And then back to center and switch the clasp. So just circle the index finger and thumb around the left wrist and pull it up and over, stretching your left side body. Good, and come back to center, float the arms back down. And inhale, float them back up. Moving with that long, steady breath. Exhale, twist to the right. Just anchoring your hands on something so that you can lift up with whatever's touching the chair, with the feet grounding into the floor. Just feel yourself lifting through the crown of the head. And then inhale, come back to center. And twist to the left. Rotating through the spine, maybe internalizing that. And having the eyes gently closed, noticing where most of that spiral is happening. More in the upper body than the lower body. And then inhale, bring your hands behind your head. Press your head back into your hands and draw your heart back towards the back of the chair and draw your elbows back and sit a little bit taller. From here, release the hands and we're just going to imagine that we have our back against a wall And we're going to slide the backs of the hands up that wall until the thumbs come close or maybe even touch, and then pull them back down, working our postural muscles. Elbows come into the waistline, and then inhale, keep drawing the forearms back, and exhale. I'm going to do that 3 more times. Each time bring the arms a little bit further back, up overhead, and then pull them back behind you. Good. See if you can feel how the shoulder blade upwardly rotates as you reach the hand, and then that bottom tip inwardly rotates as you pull down. Inhale 1 more time. Feel the strength growing in those muscles in the back, and as you pull, you feel that stretch in the front of the chest. And relax your hands to your knees. Roll your shoulders, and let's start to move the spine a little bit. So just lean a little bit to the right, like we're shifting the bottom ribs over to the right side and shift them over to the left side. To the right and to the left. And then let's take those bottom ribs and pull them forward, and then pull them back. Just showing you with the hands, you can even do it with your hands, so like you're pulling the ribs forward, and then pressing them back into the chair. Inhale forward, and exhale back. Inhale forward. Let your head move naturally with this movement, following the curve. Backward curve, and forward curve. And now you're bringing your feet a little bit wider to help ground you, so your feet are firmly grounded on the floor. We'll draw a big circle coming into those 2 poses. Ribs to the left side, then back behind you, over to the right, and then forward. Feel free to make your small circles a little bit smaller if it feels more natural to you, feels better in your body. Now let's change direction. Ribs to the left, back to the chair, over to the right. We'll just do 2 more circles in this direction. Good. And then come back to center. Walk your feet back in. Inhale, stretch your arms up to lengthen. And then exhale, hug those ribs back towards the chair again as you lean the body forward. And then inhale, bring your hands behind your back and lift them up towards the sky. Exhale, hug your front ribs down and in as you come forward into your chair pose. And then as you lift, keep them pulling down. Try to find a little bit more back bend in your upper back. And exhale, lift nice and tall into that vertical spine. Reach your left hand forward and your right hand back. Drop your shoulders away from the ears, and then inhale, arms to the sky and switch sides. Inhale back to center and twist. One more time, arms float up, and then reach away with the left hand. See if you can lift the belly and lift the back ribs a little bit. And then arms come back to center, hands to the earth, and fold all the way down, belly to the thighs. You can let your hands rest over the feet. And just let your head turn, looking towards the right and to the left. And then slide your hands back up, press up, roll through the spine, sitting up nice and tall. Let's stretch your right leg out. I'm so sorry, right leg out, I'm mirroring you. Hold and breathe, lift it up. So feel those muscles turn on all the way up the leg. Can you hold that and lift the arms up? Hold and breathe. Now exhale, bring your hands to the left leg and just let that leg come down to the floor and feel a little stretch behind the leg. Press your way back up, lift the leg, lift the arms. Hold it here and do a little kick. 1, 2, and 3. Good. Hands to the thighs, roll all the way down. And roll all the way back up. Stretch your left leg out. Just hold it there. Feel the strength in the front of the leg as you reach out through the left heel, maybe adding a little bit of lift through the side body, growing taller. And as that leg lowers, keep it as straight as you can, hands to the bent leg, and fold out over that leg. And then roll back up. Good. So we've got a little, just swing the leg forward and back. Good. And then let's rise up onto the tippity toes, so the heels lift, and then lift the toes, heels ground. Just do that a couple of times. Working the flexibility and strength of the lower leg and ankle. And then heel toes of your feet out, nice and wide. Ground into the feet. Stretch your knees wide and away from each other and bring those arms out to the side. Press into the feet. Let's try side bending to the right, elbow to the knee. And reach. And then come up. Shoulders drop away from the ears. Turn the palms up. Lengthen the side body as you reach up. Big breath. Exhale. And now bring the left elbow to the left knee and reach up and over. Trying to stay with that long breath in and a long breath out. Bring it back to center. Maybe heel toe your legs so you know you have your support a little bit further forward. You're going to reach your left hand down towards your right ankle. Doesn't have to touch. And then inhale. So modification for this would just be to reach your hand towards the knee rather than all the way down. Inhale it down. And do it again. Exhale, reach down. And also just maybe bring the hand between the 2 feet. Inhale, coming back to center. Feel the muscles in the leg turn on to keep you from falling forward. The strength as the belly pulls in. And inhale back to center. Hold it here. Just work the shoulders by rotating the arms up and down. Good. And then relax the hands down. Let's come into a warrior 1 pose. I'm going to let my left foot come forward, so my left sitting bone is on the chair. And as best as you can, try to reach your right leg back. So the higher your chair, the easier this is. So if you wanted to stack a few blankets up underneath you, it might help. Now just turn your chest. Maybe bring both hands to that left knee and press the heart up towards the sky as you try to push both feet in towards the floor. You can certainly stay here or take the left hand up towards the sky. Keep lengthening the tailbone down. Good, and release. Take a little walk of the heels back to center, and then walk your right leg out and bring your left leg back behind you. So we're going to push anything out of the way that's in the way. Try to get the whole foot on the floor. Hold right foot and hold left foot, but still continue to lift up through the arch. Turn your chest towards that front knee, maybe just pressing the hands into the knee. And then if you want, you can hold onto your chair and reach your right hand up. Tailbone drops down. You might need to have a little bend in that knee to help square your hips forward. And in that case, the heel will be off the floor. And then release. Try it again, other side. Let's try the bent knee variation. So you'll slide the leg back, keep the knee bent, so you can turn that outer right hip forward towards the right knee. And if you're ready, maybe even both hands will lift up. As long as you feel steady, if not, hold on to your chair. Reach up, feeling a stretch in front of your left hip as you try to rotate the front of the pelvis up and drop the back of the pelvis down. Deepening the stretch in front of the right hip crease. Good, and then switch sides. Come back, rotate. This rotation of the thigh bones is good to get circulation into the joint. And now we'll have the back knee bent. We're squaring our hips a little bit more towards the left knee, and you can hold on to the chair. Lift the front of the pelvis, drop the tailbone down, and then bring that left arm up towards the sky, maybe both, or maybe holding on. If you're not feeling a stretch here, reach the leg back a little bit further, get it a little straighter, and recommit to the pose. Hold and breathe. Doesn't have to be a super duper stretch, just enough to feel it, and you can still take your full breath in. And then come back to center. Just windshield wiper the legs from side to side. We're gonna come out of our chair, so press into the chair to come up. And we're gonna bring our hands to the chair or to the couch so that our spine is basically parallel to the floor. Hold for a moment here. Let's try cat-cow here. So instead of being on hands and knees, our legs are on the floor. And we'll inhale and let your belly drop and lift your sitting bones. So you come into a back bending shape. And then exhale, hug your belly in and push the chair away so your back flexes. Inhale, little back bend. And exhale, draw your belly in and up. Try that one more time. Inhale. And exhale. Now find a straight line. And just see if you can lower your elbows down. And maybe even let your head come to the chair. And just take a moment in this forward fold position. You might need to have your knees bent a little bit. So just take a moment to feel the stretch behind your legs and the support of the chair, allowing this to be a little bit of an introspective pose. Turning your attention inward. Just releasing all the distraction from your day and finding a little space of connection to your inner quiet. And then slowly place the hands back on the chair. Let's try a little spinal balance here. So you really want to hug your belly in, hold on to the chair, root your shoulders back and away from the ears, and see if you can start to slide your left leg up and back behind you. So holding onto the chair, feeling that work through the bum, through the back of the leg. Now I don't want you to lift the hand if you don't feel comfortable. It would be the opposite hand, the right hand. Maybe TP the fingers, but if you feel steady, you can even reach the right hand away. Chair is right there, so you can always bring your hand back, bring your leg to the floor. And let's release, hand to the chair, leg to the chair, and come back into your forward fold, elbows to the chair. And let your head be heavy. Deep breath in. Relax the neck and the shoulders. Okay, and then we'll come back. Hands to the chair, finding your spinal balance, and feel free to just keep your hands rooted onto the chair. Make sure you use those finger pads to activate your forearms, and then stretch your right leg back. If you look back at your toe, it's pointing straight down to the floor. So your hips are square towards the floor. Hold and breathe. You can just come up on the fingertips of the left hand, or if you feel steady, reaching the left hand out. And then release. And come back one more time into your forward fold. Good. Bring your gaze forward towards your thumbs. Plant your hands firmly on the chair and see if you can just walk your hips back a little bit for a downward facing dog shape. Feel a stretch through the front of the arms. But feel free to bend your knees and just focus on pulling your sitting bones, that's those bottom of the pelvis, the bones you feel when you sit in a chair, away from the reach of the hands. Just lining up your biceps with your ears. Deep inhale. And exhale. Pull your navel in. And get a little bit longer. One more breath here. Good. And slowly walk yourself back towards the chair. Hands come underneath you. Bend your knees. And come back to standing. I'm going to try a little bit of balance. Stand with the support of the chair and lift your inside leg. You can just turn it out and turn it in. Turn it out and turn it in. Turn it out and turn it in. Now, maybe even shifting it a little bit forward and back, like a little pendulum. Just make sure you have the space to do this. And then relax the leg down. Now, you can switch sides of the chair. I'm going to stay on the side, but I'm going to do the same thing. I'm going to lift the opposite leg and just turn it out and in. Rotating the thigh out and in. So we're balancing here. You can even have the toe on the floor and then swing the leg a little bit forward and back. Just creating movement in the hip joint. And then take a moment to steady yourself here. And this time we'll hold that balance. Let's walk around to the other side of the chair so we are balanced in our bodies. Move my water out of the way. We're going to start with that tree pose. Just maybe letting your foot rest on the inner shin. If you've practiced this pose before and want to take the leg higher, that's okay too. Or you can kickstand so the toe is on the floor. And just try to get a little bit lighter in your using the support of the chair. Maybe bring that one hand to the heart, lifting the chest, relaxing the shoulders, and finding a steady gaze. Feel the work through the standing leg, the lift through center, right up through the center of the body. And then exhale, relax. Hold on to the chair, just release any tension that you may have got by standing and holding any of that muscle gripping. And let's try it on the opposite side. Holding onto the chair, other leg comes in, let it rest where you feel comfortable. Root down into the standing leg. And then I have this same hand to the heart because I'm holding on. If you wanted to switch sides, that's completely fine. But just see if you can get a little bit lighter in the touch of the hold and support of the chair. Gaze steady, mind steady. Feel the work in that standing leg. And feel the lift through the center of the body. So you're lining up, just like in seated, shoulders, ears, shoulders, hips, and now we include the ankles. And then release. Come behind your chair. And just let the hips sway a little bit from side to side. Maybe a circle forward. And a circle back the other direction. Good. Step those legs together. Turn to bring your left side body to the chair, and we're going to just reach up and over the chair. And then come back to center. And try that on the other side. Do it from a side view. Reach your hand up and over. Opposite side. And then come back to center. And once again, turn my chair so you get a better angle. So we're going to step into Warrior One. We did it in the chair. A little bit easier, actually, when we're standing up. So step your left foot back and bend your right knee so it lands over your right ankle. Press your palms down into the chair and lift your heart. Feel grounded on the inner edge of the foot, so big toe mound, both feet grounds, and the outer edge of the foot grounds, but you feel the arch of the foot lifted. Just hold and breathe here. Maybe one arm lifts up. And then exhale. We're going to lift the back heel and maybe even step it back a little bit further so you can get the heel to touch down and lift it up. Touch down and lift it up. Stretching the back of the leg. Feel free to let your elbows come down on the back of your chair and just hold the stretch. Should feel a stretch in the back of that left calf. Hands to the chair. Slide your back foot in a little bit. And we're gonna, you can bring the legs a little bit closer. I'm gonna bend my left knee and just keep the right leg straight as I hold on to the chair and send my hips back as far as I can. So I get a stretch behind the right leg. So you can do this with this side of the chair, any side of the chair, and just giving yourself the chair just gives you something to help steady your balance. So you don't have to come all the way down to the floor. Feeling a stretch behind that leg. And then coming back up, stepping the legs together, and now taking Warrior One on the other side. Step the leg back, and then bend the left knee so it lands over the left ankle. Rotate your outer hip forward, your back leg hip forward, lift your belly. And just hold here, or if you want, lift the arm. For Warrior One. Round down through the feet to lift through center. And then exhale, bring your hands to the chair. Back of the chair, the left seat of the chair. We're going to just heel toe that back foot out a little bit, leg straight, and lift them over the heel. So you get the stretch in the back of the leg, and then let your heel drop towards the floor, and see if you can hold that. Toes right in front of the heel. Hands support the back. Deep breath in. And exhale. So again, the deeper stretch, the closer you are to the chair, the closer you're hinging forward. So this would be a little bit less of a stretch. And then you're going to walk your back foot in, bend your right leg, and keep your left leg straight so you stretch the back of the left leg. Hold and breathe. If you're more flexible, you can come back to letting your elbows and head rest on the chair. It's okay to have a little bend in the left knee. Relax and breathe into the stretch. And then hands on the chair. We're gonna one more time come back into that downward facing dog. So walk your hips back and get that long spinal stretch. Don't let your belly sag here. Lift it up and towards your back body. Press your palms down. Let your biceps fit a little bit up towards the sky. Hold for your inhale. And on your exhale, feel the stretch as you draw your hips back. Walk into the chair. Drop your seat. You can bring your hands to your thighs to come all the way up to standing. And we'll come back to sit in our chair. If you have water, you can always take a sip of your water throughout. But it's good to drink water. Small sips throughout the day. Inhale, find your seat. And exhale, ground, connecting to center. Let's do a hip stretch. Lift your right leg up. Do a few circles of your right ankle. And just try to find a little bit of movement in the right hip socket. Sit up nice and tall. Keep the foot active. And then fold forward. Just take a moment to relax into this hip stretch. Find a steady gaze. Just notice your attention. Where is your attention? Is it in the body? Are you feeling the stretch and allowing yourself to be compassionate for the self and the body? Or is your mind wandering? Just hold it here in this moment. Be present to your sensations. Hold for one more breath. Okay, breath is full and steady. And then bring yourself back up. Let the legs windshield wiper a little bit, maybe coming up on the toes to find a little bit more room to windshield wiper. And then cross left ankle to the right knee. Inhale, tall. If you are not able to bring your ankle to your knee here, and you had a coffee table out in front of you or a chair out in front of you, this is another option. Having that foot on something and then leaning forward from here rather than having it all the way close to you. It's a little bit of a deeper stretch. So listen to your body, see what works for you. Give yourself permission to skip a pose and just find your breath. That left foot stays flexed. We'll do a little circular movement. And then hold it flexed. And perhaps go a little bit deeper into your fold. Not so deep that it shortens your breath. And then come back up. Windshield wiper your legs. And let's come all the way down towards the earth, belly to the thighs. Like a child's pose, letting your head hang. Turning your head right and left. Just feeling your body drape over your thighs. Breathe into your back body. And then hands to the knees. And roll up through the spine. Circle the wrists. And let it flow right into the fingertips. Watch the fingers move. Watch them separate and come back together. Just articulating like you're playing a little air piano. then circle, just dancing with the hands and the palms. And then shake that out and do a little stretch through the forearm by pulling the fingers back. Just relax the shoulder. Shake. And try the other hand. So you can hold it out. I'm just resting my hand just a little easier to rest it on your other thigh. So just hold and breathe. Relax your shoulders away from the ears. Notice if you just got a little lazy and started to slump into your lower back, so pull your belly back, keep lifting the heart. And then shake it out. Open and close the fingers. Wiggle the toes too. Again, circle the wrists. And then inhale, stretch your arms back behind you. You can imagine you circle your left hand back and put it in a doorway, and your right hand back and put it in the doorway. And then draw your heart through the doorway with the hands and the elbows pulling back. Deep breath in. And exhale, relax the hands down. Let's draw those circles we did earlier together. Both hands at the same time. Reach, back behind you. Notice how your head wants to move forward there, like mine just did. See if you can keep it back, ears over the shoulders. Come back. One more time, reach up and back behind you. Keep your head back. And this time, wrap the arms around to give yourself a hug. If you want, you can try eagle arms, bringing the palms to touch as the elbows squeeze into each other. Or just take one arm at a time across the body. Inhale, open the arms, stretch. And then give yourself a hug, opposite arm underneath. And drop your chin towards the chest. And either just stretching the opposite hand to using the left hand to pull the right hand closer to your chest, arms straightish. Or you can do the bind, the eagle bind. Call this arm position Garudasana arms or eagle arms. And then relax the hands and roll the shoulders once again. Let's reconnect to that 6-part breath, this time adding a pause. Inhale. Pause. Exhale. Empty out. Go right into your inhale. Pause when the body's full. And exhale slowly. One more time, inhale. Pause. And exhale. Good. Just slide your seat back into your chair so you're nice and comfortable here. For our final minute of meditation. Just lifting through the crown of the head, relaxing your hands on your lap. Turn your attention into that deepest depths of the self. Exhale. Let any distractions of the ego be just washed away with the breath out. Breathe into the heart space, the spiritual heart space. And exhale, allow compassion to flood your body and mind. Couple more slow, steady breaths. With the eyes closed and the mind steady. Watching the breath come in through the nose and fill the belly. And then without effort, watching the breath shift back out. Inhale, bring your hands back together in front of the heart. Bow your chin to your chest. Sealing our practice in gratitude for connecting to that steady space of the pause where we connect to our true light and our true self. It's my honor to teach you. The light in me bows to the light in you. Thank you for joining. See you again soon.